Welcome to Collaboration Corner, starring Lauren Red Riding Hood, Captain Ray Bay,
Turn off the lights in here. Solder.
Maintenance Morgan,
Collaboration Rocks.
and Zany Zach. Today on Collaboration Corner, we'll be talking about the roadmap to partnership. Gonna take you on the roadmap to partnership. So won't you come along and take the trip. We're going on the roadmap to partnership. So won't you come along and take the trip.
How's it going, kids? We're about to go on the roadmap to partnership, and our first stop is selection. We have to pick who we want to partner with. Now, it's important to keep in mind we want to pick a partner that's going to be a great fit. And we always have to ask ourselves the question, what are we trying to accomplish here? Because see, we got to pick a partner that is good for the future, not just for our current situation. We want someone that can offer us experience and skills that will be useful for our future endeavors, not just what we're going through right now. Now also, it's important that we collaborate and work as a team, sharing different perspectives and ideas. Each person should bring different experiences to the table that will help us as we go about our business. And always remember, it's much easier to accomplish a task as a team than just as an individual. Now we gotta go pick a partner. Man, I need to find someone, a partner, to help me fix this scooter. This is my best friend Morgan. She's great and I like her a lot. And we get along awesome. But the problem is, she doesn't know anything about fixing scooters. This is Lauren. I don't know her so well. She seems really nice though. And apparently she has a book collection at her house. And I'm pretty sure one of those books talks about fixing scooters. I really need that book. So who should I choose to be my partner to help me fix my scooter? What was that? If you said Lauren, you're correct. Even though Morgan's my best friend and we get along really well, she doesn't have the skills I need to help me fix my scooter. Lauren, on the other hand, has these resources that I need to help me fix my scooter. And her collection of books could be useful in the future as well. So after you've picked your perfect partner, it's time up for the next stop on the roadmap to partnership, and that's transition.
Oi there, lads and lassies. My name is Captain Ray Bay. I'm here to get you aboard on the second stage of collaboration. Partner. The second stage of partnership is transition, which usually takes up to 100 days. Transition state is solely based on suspending judgment. Leaders, whether lads or lassies, learn to work together like having a contract or a pact. This stage can take longer than usual depending on how open and interactive the partners are. So you can't expect the partnership to work from day one. For example, it is hard for gentlemen of fortunes like us to work in collaboration with mateys or me-furners on the first day aboard. It may take many trips and adventures to achieve that hearty matey relationship, and especially when we get a booty full of double-ons in a Davy Jones locker. The trick is for you lily-livered buccaneers is to not expect perfection from your partners and expect imperfection and be open-minded. Captain of the ship should always suspend judgment and be the lily-livered towards his crew. Having everyone on the same page in expectations is what's needed to have a good start of a partnership, and especially the transition state. Take your time with building a trust and relationship, and don't force it or rush it. This can have a negative impact on the progress of the partnership. Create a framework using the 3 legs of governance, operation, and behavior. Getting to know each other slowly and not coming off strong with an approach is the best technique in building team relationships. during the 100-day period. Disagreements will come up due to everyone trying to be the captain of the ship. But after agreeing and compromising as much as possible, we'll eventually fix this problem. Always remind your partners what success feels like and looks like. Even every sprawl here and there on the ship needs a small treasure from time to time in order to keep his eyes on the big score. A ship is like the progress needed to get the treasure hunt done, and the crew members and the relationship between each other and their captain is collaboration. The period going on the account with a new crew for 3 months while occasionally drinking grog is the transition state. Getting the booty full with double-ons with your mateys is the target of every successful pirate. Avast! Now that you have to be a better collaborative partner, embark on your next adventure, transitioning into better group leaders. Until then, full sail, partners!
Hey kids, my name is Maintenance Morgan, and we're going to be talking about the differences between being a proactive partner and being a lazy partner.
Everything looks pretty good, Morgan. I think there are just a couple more things that need to be tweaked. So if you could go ahead and work on these tonight and get this back to me by tomorrow, we could turn it in on time.
Yeah, all good.
Cool. The next day. Hey, Morgan. Were you able to finish that paperwork I gave you yesterday?
So, I kind of got distracted and I wasn't able to get it done.
Oh, man. Everything looks pretty good, Morgan. There are just a couple of things that need some fixing. So, do you think you can work on this tonight and get it back to me by tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks. I'll see you then.
The next day.
Hey, Morgan. Were you able to finish that paperwork I gave you?
Yeah, I got it done.
Awesome. Everything looks great.
Thanks. It's been really great working with you.
It's been really fun working with you.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Little Red Riding Lauren. You've probably heard all about my story, how a mean old wolf tried to eat my grandmother and me until a woodsman came along and saved us. Partnerships are a lot like that. You can't always do things by yourself, and you need someone to help you out. Zach taught us a lot about how to get a partnership started. Then Ray taught us about how to transition into a partnership. And Morgan taught us how to maintain it. But like all good stories, partnerships have to come to an end. And there are 3 different ways that you can go about it. You can retender it, you can cut your ties, or you can say your goodbyes. Retendering is like starting a brand new story. You want it to be better than it was the last time, so you have to take into consideration a couple of different things. First, you have to find out what worked, what didn't work. And all of these things contribute to that. Who did their fair share of the work? Who didn't do their fair share of the work? What processes went well? What processes didn't go so well? What skills did you bring to the table? What did they bring to the table? Were you able to overcome your different personalities and make things work? And did somebody take on the leadership role? And if they did they do a good job? If not, what do you expect them to do better next time? Once you've discussed all of these things, you need to make sure that you set the right expectations. Everybody should be able to incorporate all of the things you learned from your last adventure. Then, you need to hold each other accountable. Make sure that you're willing to do all the things you agreed upon when you set your expectations. Always make sure that you communicate clearly and keep each other in the loop. Sometimes adventures don't go the way you plan. Maybe somebody messed up. Maybe they joined the bad guy. In that case, it's probably best that you just cut ties. When you're cutting ties, it's important that you don't panic. Everything is going the way it should. You really don't want to work with a person that agrees with the bad guy anyway. The first thing you need to do after is think and then speak. You need to consider a bunch of different things before you bring it to the table and let that person know that you don't want to work with them anymore. You need to assess the problems, figure out everything that's going wrong. Then you need to make a plan to address them. Do you think that this person could work with you and fix these things? If not, then you need to present an exit strategy. Think about ways to gradually remove yourself from the situation, whether that's finding a new partnership or maybe just saying, I'll just do this one by myself. If absolutely necessary, you can consult a lawyer or somebody with a lot of experience in dissolving partnerships. But I would go for that as a last resort. You should always try to do things yourself. What's important to remember is that you're always respectful. Things might not be working out, but you still need to be nice, and you still need to be understanding of their needs. It's really important that you communicate even more than you were before. That way they know where they stand and where you stand. And if you need it, seek support from your friends and from your neighbors. Now, there's a third way that all partnerships can end. Sometimes stories come to their natural conclusion. You save the day, and everybody's a hero. So, when that happens, it's really just best to say goodbye. The first thing you want to do is review everything that you went through on your adventure. Is there anything left that needs to be concluded? If so, make sure you set some deadlines and hold everybody accountable. Communicate your expectations. If you still got quests that you need to turn in, you need to make sure that everybody does their fair share. Be open and honest. Talk to your teammates, talk to your partners, and tell them what you liked and what you didn't like. And share your experiences. What did you learn? What did they learn? And what sort of things are you going to take moving forward? The last part is to follow through. If you're saying goodbye, do it with a friendly handshake. All these ways are different ways to end your partnerships. And take it from me, I know a lot about happily ever afters.
Thanks for joining us.
Tune in next week.
But first, random dancing.